Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now this is a bit of a correction video because in the previous Corsa video that I did, I replaced the thermostat and I wrongly told you a bit of information about why I was changing the thermostat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through it. I'm going to show you the correct fix this time. And yeah, bear with me. So in the last Corsa video, you saw that the Corsa had a fault. The cooling fan was running all the time as it didn't seem to know what temperature the engine was at. So a safety feature is it turns the fan on, means that the engine is constantly running cold. You don't get a lot of heat through the blowers, but also terrible fuel efficiency as well because the engine is constantly running at a cold temperature, and those engines do like to run a little bit warm. Actually, the thermostat's open, it's quite high, I think it's 90, 100, something like that. So what I did is I changed the thermostat, as you saw. Fairly easy fix, and I wrongly pointed you to the top of the thermostat where there's an electrical connector, and I said this is the temperature sensor and that's the fault. Well, it's not. So what is happening? Yes, the car fan is still on and still running, and that proves that I haven't fixed the fault. It did just fool me. It stopped for a little bit and then it started again. So that has not solved our problem. And actually there was a comment in the video as well that correctly reminded me that I've done this before, and that's definitely not the temperature sensor. So thank you for that comment. Remember, I am just an amateur idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. I pick things up, I read, I learn, I look around, things like that. But if you see something that I'm doing that is wrong, or you think differently, pop a comment down the bottom. I won't be offended. Just tell me what you think, because it's always good to find out and to learn more, because that's the whole point of this, isn't it? This isn't an expert's channel. This is me playing about with the bunch of cars that we've got kicking about here at home and figuring things out. So let's go and take a look, and I'll show you where I've gone wrong. Last time we were working here, and you can see that's the thermostat there. It's the thermostat housing, the pipe that goes to the radiator, and this electrical connector on the top, which I wrongly said was the temperature sensor. Well, it's not. What that does is it's a tiny heater that allows the car, the ECU, to switch it on, warm the temperature up and force the thermostat to open. So if it thinks there's a problem and the thermostat hasn't opened and it doesn't think there's enough water flow, it can do that. And that's where I went wrong, and I replaced that thermostat. However, there are two temperature sensors on this car. One, if we follow the engine along, this plastic kind of manifold that's on the end, which is the far end of the water jacket of the engine, has a temperature sensor. You can just make it out, the tiny little silver clip. You can see kind of in the middle of the video. I'll highlight it just now. So that is a temperature sensor. I don't believe it's that one. That one, if I remember rightly, is the one that the ECU uses to tell you what temperature the engine is running at. And if you remember, when I plugged my diagnostics in, it said the right temperature. And that leads me on to the other one, which if you follow back where the thermostat is, and then look towards the radiator, and you can see the two white wires coming out, that is our other temperature sensor, and I believe that is the one that we have the fault with. Now, since that one is quite easy to get at, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap that one out and see if it immediately solves my fault. If it does, then that's good news. If not, then it does mean it's this one, which is a bit more difficult to get at, but still not too bad a fix, and hopefully I can do it without losing too much coolant. So I'm going to go and get the new sensor. Let's get it plugged in and ready and swap it out. Here's the temperature sensor. Very simple. You can see it's got a little rubber washer, which is what helps seal it. It pushes in, and then there's a clip that fits on here that holds it in place. It's 2-pin, so what I'm going to do is prepare it before I actually do it, and the idea is I'm going to try and swap it out as fast as I can. Okay, that's the connector undone. The connector doesn't look in great shape, to be honest with you, but hopefully that is still okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug the new one in. Right, that's the new one plugged in, and actually I've had a great idea. Why don't I start the car and see if that has solved the problem? Because I could always test it like this and see if the car runs without problems, without turning the cooling fan on. If it does, then we know that we continue and we do the replacement. So I'm going to do that. I don't want to speak too soon, but that is running and idling nicely. Cooling fan has not kicked it in, which it has done immediately pretty much since it had this fault. So it does look like that's the sensor at fault. I'm going to run it for a few minutes, just check it doesn't kick in, but if so, let's swap that sensor and see how much of a mess we can make. Here goes. First let's take the clip off. That's the clip. There we go. There was only a few drips that came out actually. And now let's just push the clip back on. You're not going to see this very clearly, I'm afraid. That's the clip pushed in, and hopefully you can see there it is. There's the new sensor in place, fastened, connected. I'll just give it a little waggle and make sure it's secure. Yep, that feels secure. And you can see this is the old one, which actually it's gone green. I mean, these sensors are fairly cheap, and I have just bought aftermarket cheap parts, so maybe that's why it's failed so soon. But let's go and start the car up, and that should have solved our problem. And there we go. It's idling away quite nicely behind me. No cooling fan running, so all is good. Fairly simple fix, and thank you to everyone that pointed out my mistake in the previous video. Like I say, always learning with this, and I should have known this because we have done these sort of changes to the Corsa before. But there you go, a fairly simple fix this time round. Only a few drops of coolant came out as well, which is good news. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Hope this video has been useful. I will post this video as a follow-up to the other one. I won't remove the other one, but I'll make it clear there is a mistake in that video, and to watch this one as well. And I'll see you next time.